welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Spells. If you're new here, welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for tuning in. So today we're going to talk about realities in Canada. I am not painting Canada as roses. I am not coming to sugarcoat anybody's experience. I'm not coming to lie. I've said it in some videos. Despite the fact that I got 2 jobs in less than 2 weeks of being here in Canada, despite that, like I told you, the first one I applied and I got the job, the sales one. The second one, I was referred by a friend. Emeka, shout out. I was referred by a friend, before I got this my 3rd job. So it's not because I did it doesn't mean that is the way it is. Doesn't mean that it's just that I'm trying to share my own experience to tell you that because someone is telling you out there that she did factory work for 6 months before she got a good job, doesn't have to be your story, because I did not do factory work. Because someone told you that she had to clean toilet for a particular number of months or pack snow for a particular number of months before I got a good job, that doesn't have to be your story, because like I am here and that is not my story, right? I don't have a 6-figure job. I'm not earning one massive salary, but I am very, very okay. In fact, I am good. I am very good. So I cannot come here and lie or come here and say what is not. So I'm going to give you certain realities, So the first thing I want to talk about is what people are coming to hold my neck about is the job. Like one of my superiors reached out to me and like, Stella, is it true that jobs are like water in Canada? So I tried to explain to him that it's not as if it's water in Canada. Obviously, just like in Nigeria, when you check, I said indeed, when you check Nigerian job vacancy sites, you see vacancies, right? Same here in Canada, you see vacancies. The only thing holding people, I'm turning Yoruba yellow. The only thing holding a lot of people back in Canada is the Canadian experience. That is why you need to start from anywhere. That is why I started with the sales one and I started with the customer service one. To be a Canadian experience when I want, make I get them now. So a lot of things holding so many people back here is the Canadian experience. And even the government has realized. So that is why they are talking about this legislation. There's a legislation now that says that they want to remove employers from seeking Canadian experience from, people from applicants. But how is that possible? Because when you're even searching for a job application, for a job vacancy on Indeed or LinkedIn, nobody will write. In fact, I have not seen it with my 2 eyes. Nobody will write that we need Canadian experience. Nobody will write. It is just an unknown truth. Because by the time, with my many years of banking in Nigeria, after working in GT Bank for over 8 to 9 years, my intention is that when I come here, I would land a good banking job. But no, I applied to TD Bank, Scotia Bank, CIBC, RBC. Maybe I was applying for big jobs. And I said, okay, I reduced it. I started applying for customer service. They were just shanking me. They were shanking me. I didn't apply for the temporal job. I was applying for a permanent job. They were just shanking me, shanking me anyhow. So my point is, there's this silent fact that they definitely need people with Canadian experience. That one is a no-brainer. So even with credential recognition, there's some certain companies that if they cannot recognize your school or they're not going to even contact you. I learned about that as well. So the government is actually looking at that also. So that's for the job part. So another reality here is the high cost of living. Like, grocery is very expensive in Canada compared to, other neighboring countries. Grocery shopping, like you won't go, like our own shop right now is like Walmart. You want to go and buy groceries. It is very, very expensive. Like, you don't say. Something you can get for, when we came in February, there's certain things that we could get for certain amounts, but now it has doubled. The inflation is high. So grocery shopping, and Canadians actually are aware of this. Why is it that? Because a lot of things in Canada is owned by 2 companies. If you don't know, no. I'm just using 2 companies just to, joke around, but a lot of smaller companies are being bought or are being bought or taken over by the bigger companies. So they are just the ones having monopoly of the market when it comes to groceries, when it comes to even the our telecommunication, this Rogers and Fido, now the same person get them. So if you're running from one thinking you're getting better quality or better, they are playing with you with their rates. Like, this one might be lower, then this one might be a little bit higher than this one. So a lot of companies here are owned by the same people. So that is why that's why a lot of things are just high, because there's no competition. They are the competition. They are the ones. Imagine two brands that you think that this one is better than this one, not knowing that it's owned by the same person. So there is no like there are no much entrepreneurs. If I use yes, there are no much entrepreneurs in Canada. So high cost of living, inflation, high. Another reality is taxes, guys. See that taxes, eh? There's something they call first pay shock. It shocked me. Like, I was shook. Like, when I received my first pay, hey, guys, hey, God, oh. When I received my first salary, when they give you offer letter, the way you're jumping, like, when I received my offer letter, when I saw the annual income, I was so excited. I just divided, Nigeria now, when you receive my annual income, just divided by 12, you already know what your monthly salary is. It shocked me. When I saw the annual income, I was like excited. I didn't even look at the gross. I looked at the net annual income. I was like excited. When I divided it to 12, I was like, I should be getting this at the end of, here they pay bi-weekly. Or my company, anyways, they pay 2 times in a month. When the first one came, I was like, okay, maybe it's because I just finished training. That's why. It's possible that it's just because I just finished training. Maybe they didn't pay me the full sum because of the training. Let me just wait till the next 2 weeks. It shocked you, right? It shocked me too. By the time I waited till the next 2 weeks and I got the same amount, I was like, I had to start asking my colleagues, like, guy, I bet come. Me and you, they earn the same thing. Like, wait till be your own salary now. How much then they pay you? Because when I checked the pay slip and I checked how much taxes were deducted, if I'm not joking, if I'm not mistaken, I believe it's more than 21% of my salary that is being taxed. I believe so. I think it's about 21% or more than 21% that's been taxed. I'm like, so I'm working and is this government that is eating my money? So well, like I said, the taxes is quite high. I think it's higher than the US. I believe so. Then also, if you're a very social person, like social butterfly, that every Saturday you're gyrating, that's why people are shouting depression. Because me in Nigeria, I was not a social butterfly. I'm an extrovert, but I'm still a homebody, so I'm more like in between. So if I can have my movies, have my immediate family with me, 1 or 2 friends I can just go and hang out with. This evening, a friend's kids are coming over to my place. So what else? What else? If I'm missing my mom, I call her. If I have money, I bring her down. If I'm missing my dad, I call him. If I have money, I bring him down. So I don't know. So if you're a social butterfly that likes to hang out, likes to club, likes to party, you might find it difficult coming to Canada, to be honest. There are some certain groups that you can actually join. I was listening to one of the Nigerians that are in politics here in Canada. His name is Ayo Wudni, and he's one of the, I think, is it council in Ward 5 in Kitchener? Yes, I believe so. He was talking about a particular website. I think it's meetup.com. Just Google meetup or something like that in Canada. You will see like minds. If you like to bowl, if you like to bowling, tennis, you meet people that like same hobbies and activities with you, and you can link up with them there. So I think it's meetup.com if I'm not mistaken. So that's it. So I've talked about the high cost of living. Then the housing. Housing is very, very pricey in Canada. When my friend came to Canada a couple of years ago, and she told me about the rent she was paying. When I came in and I told her the rent, how much we are paying as rent here, she was wowed, because it's almost ×2 of what she paid for the same kind of apartment when she came to Canada. So the reason it's high is because house owners, landlords are paying high mortgages. So they have to increase the rents. Like the interest rate on their mortgages now is crazy. It's crazy. So because of that high interest in mortgages, they have to increase their rents. And I don't blame them, So that's one of the reasons for high cost of housing. Another thing I would like to talk about is the healthcare system. The healthcare system, yes, we do have free healthcare. We do have, but the wait time for that free healthcare. I told you guys now, if you want to go for ultrasound, X-ray, and some other of these, tests, you have to book ahead. You might have to have a wait time of months before you can have the next appointment. Anyway, these are just a few things I want to talk about. So for those saying that I'm painting Canada as rosy, for those saying that, and then the weather. When I was in Nigeria, when I did GC Bank, I did hold remotes for office. Not when I was in the branch. I they always find a technician. Please come and reduce reduce this AC. He wants to kill me. But here, look at me. I mean, they enter snow, they do snow angel for snow. So if the weather is not for you, you already know about the weather. Dress appropriately. Like I said in the previous video, dress appropriately for the weather. Anyways, guys, let me leave you here so you can go and enjoy your weekend. Thank you so much for tuning in today. If you have questions, please put them in the comment section. I'm doing a Q&A very soon, and I've been accumulating questions that I've been responding to some, but you know, some people will not see that response, and I know they have such you know, questions in their mind as well. So I'm going to do a Q&A and answer all your questions. So ask me questions in the comment section, and I will do it well to put it in the video. Okay, thank you so much for the love. I mean, your girl Stels. Bye bye.